Hello. Welcome to day 27, right? We are teaching ourselves on automation 2, right? Which is Selenium Webdriver with Java. And I am the author of teachyourselftestautomation.com. I'm teaching myself Selenium Webdriver with Java, as I've already said. And we're on this 27. I'm taking topics from the syllabus for teaching yourself Selenium, right? And I'm doing topic by topic, and today we are on day 27, and I've used that with the web page. I've used the practice video onto that blog. Okay, so today we are talking about frames, right? How to handle frames with Selenium Webdriver, right? So my computer is really slow, and I'm sorry about this, but we should be fast. Okay, so if you want to read about frames is basically a parent web page, right, that hosts another web page within that parent web page, right? So that's called a frame, right? If you want to read about that, you can read about that on the blog, right? So I'm just going to show you how to switch from a parent web page to a frame within the parent web page, right? And back from the frame to the parent window. Okay, so let's go for it. There are three ways of doing that, right? The first way is by index. The second way is either by ID or by the frame name, and then the third way is by the web element itself, right? So you can use any of the locator strategies, right? Like ID, CSS CSS selector, XPath, and all that, right? So the practice website we're going to use is Tools QA, right? So shout out to the guys at Tools QA. I'm using your website for this practice session. I hope that's okay. So guys, when you drop on this this page, the page contains a couple of frames, right? So we want to go into one of the frames here, right? And we want to enter, say we want to enter first name into the first name field, right? So let's go and try and write that on our Eclipse. Okay, so if we go into Eclipse, we want to click on our project, right click on the project, go to new, want to create our test case. So we'll go to class, we go iframe, and then we want to click on public static void main, so finish. We want to go into any of the test cases as we normally do, so you should know this by now. We want to take our three line code that we use for you will use for any of your test cases, writing any of the test cases. And then what we want to do, we want to take away the URL from this, and we want to put in our practice URL, copy, and we want to go in here, right? So all done, we successfully landed on our practice URL. Now we want to, as I say, we want to enter a name into the first name field. Okay, so we inspect that. See, I tell you, it's a bit slow, very slow. So we've got name, so input name, first name, type, text. So to be safe here, let's go with XPath, right? So if we go Control F and then we go //. So it's input name, first name. Let's try and make it easy by copying this first. Okay, so // input. So we want to open close our square brackets, and we want to go at a rate, right? And we want to say name, because our name equals to, open close our simple quotations. I want to put in here first name. So this is our XPath, right? So we have landed on this page, as I said, we've landed on this page, and we've just gone down here and want to enter a first name within the first name field in a frame within this parent window, right? It's not going to work, right? But let's prove that first, right? So what we'll do is driver dot find by dot XPath. Then open close double quotations, and then put in your XPath in there, and you want to click So just say dot click, right? And let's run this. You see why I'm talking about this being slow, right? You see just now. So this is it, right? So we've gone into the web page. We've noticed a couple of frames, but we still went ahead in the frame and try and see if we can carry an action within the frame, right? Without switching to the frame yet. So we are expecting this to fail. Come on. See, that's why I say it's really slow. So I think if we switch back now, see, it's failed, right? So get out of that, and it should say something like unable to locate element, right? That's because we did not switch. So if we want to switch now, remember I said first one was with index, right? So again, if we go back to our practice website, we think this is going to be the first frame, right? So if we go inspect, let's just inspect and see. We go in here, if it eventually comes up, so we go Control F, and then we go backslash, and we go iframes, right? Iframe, right? So there's 1 of 53, right? So we will think this is, we probably believe that this is going to be the first frame in that 53, right? Because we were hovering over this just now, right? And you know, indexation starts at 0, right? So if with that logic, we head back to our Eclipse and we go driver, so we switch now, right? Dot switch dot frame. So we're using the first one, which is an index, right? So we just go 0, right? And don't forget your semicolon, right? And then if we run this now, by any lock, it will switch and into the frame and then find that field, and then we'll pass in, right? We should pass in something, right? But we have written click. We have written click. Sorry about that. So I think I'll just stop this, right? Instead of, because we are sending something in there, right? So that's my mistake. So we go dot send keys, and we want to go in there and send maybe Tom, right? Sorry about that. I spotted that before you did, maybe. If you spotted it before me, then well done, right? So go for it. So this is the first way of switching, right? Index. And I'll show you the other 3, and then switch back to the parent window. How to switch back to the parent window and then take an action on the parent window as well. Right, this is it. Very slow. See if it switched, and then enter Tom in the first name field. Okay. Still doing something. Right. This should be it. Right. There you go. Tom. Eventually. Right. Eventually. So that was the first one. That was with index. Right. So let's try ID and frame name. Okay, so let's go for ID first, right? So if we go switch dot frame, so instead of going for the first option, we go for the second option because it's a string we want to pass in, right? And then we want to put that inside our double quotations, right? I want to go back to our practice website, and then we want to copy the ID. So this time I want to switch by using ID, right? And then we just quickly run this, okay? Because we don't know, it's too much time wasting. I think, oh, what's happened here? I forgot don't forget the single, semicolons. So. Come on. Yeah, there we go. So we're switching using ID, right? Frame ID. Come. So if you find this video helpful, share it. If you feel someone's going to benefit from this, and also subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon so you're notified of videos as we release them, right? There you go. That's another switch, successful switch by using ID, right? So let's use the frame name, right? So other one is a frame name. So this is quite straightforward as you're seeing, right? Frame. So we go back to string, and then we go don't forget your semicolon, and then let's go back to our practice website and see if we've got a name in here. Yep, iframe 1, right? So find that in there, and then we should run it again, and again it's going to be so slow. Okay, it's going to be slow. Again, switching using frame name. There we go. Guys, engage, right? Engage. Let's do a collaborative effort here, right? Let me know I'm empowering you and you're empowering me, right? And we're empowering others. We need to reskill ourselves if not just to. Here we go. It's all about career, career progression, right? It's also, there you go, Tom. There we go. So that's it, the first two methods, right? So now let's try and, sorry, as I was saying, it's not just all about career progression, right? It's about where you are just now. If you want to keep that job solid, you have to keep reviewing your skill sets every 2 to 3 years, because they say half-life of a skill set is 5 years. So you want to be on top of your game, right? Every 2 years or so, look at your skill sets and compare that with your job outside. So the last one now we want to use is the web element itself, right? So we want to go frame and go down to web element, right? I want to open close. And in here, if we go back to our practice website, we want to use, we'll use class, right? Let's use class. Copy that. And then you know how you can change class to CSS. Just a dot in front of your class name, right? That changes to CSS. So let's go back here. We go frame, dot frame, sorry, dot frame. Then we go driver dot find by. Now we know it's CSS selector, right? Then open close double quotations, drop in our CSS selector in there, and then our semicolon, and now we run this very quickly. So now we're using our web element, right? And our web element, a strategic locator was chosen, which chose a CSS selector, right, to switch into the frame and carry our action within the frame. Okay, so next we're going to show how to switch back into the main frame or the parent window, and then carry another action within that window. Okay, so here we go. I think this, there we go, still going on. Sorry about this, this is just not acceptable. There we go. So we've successfully done it with our web element as well. Okay, so we switch from the parent or the main frame to the child frame. Okay, so we close this now, and what we want to do is, obviously we want to switch back to the parent window, right? And to show that we are switched back to the parent window, we'll carry another action on the parent window, right? So how do we switch back to the parent window? We go driver dot switch dot parent, right? Parent frame. And then you do your semicolon, right? And then now, if we go back to our practice window, or practice website, now we are within the parent window, right? So let's just, okay, let's click on home, right? So we inspect this element, inspect element. Oh, there's a class here as well, right? So we can turn that into my favorite, right? CSS. So we go Control F, and then in front of that we want to put our dot, right? Oh yeah, there we go. We've changed that. Just copy that, and then we head back to our Eclipse. So we go driver dot find dot I dot CSS. Open close. We're going to drop our CSS locator in there, and now we want to click, right? So we go dot click, not clear, click. There we go, right? So this is going to come full circle now, right? And we should leave it after this, right? Because we switched from parent to child. We've carried out some action within the child, within the frame, right? And then now we're switching back from the frame to the parent, and then we're carrying out actions within the parent window, right? So let's go for it. Let's see if it works. Again, if this has been any use to you and you've got some value from it, don't forget to subscribe, engage, let's collaborate, right? Hit the bell icon to get videos as I release them, and let's go for it. 3 o'clock in the morning, right? And I'm doing a video for you, so you know what this means. Thank you very much. You're the best. Come on, let's go to bed. Right, so Tom, I expect now to switch back to the parent, and he has clicked on the home, and now you should see something as total, you'll see. So the actual window changed, right? So if we click back on here, that's where we were before, and when you click home, right, as we did within our Selenium, that's what we got to, right? So thank you very much, right? Engage, share this video if you feel someone is going to benefit from this, comment, instant feedback, right? Feedback, all about feedback. Let me know what I'm doing right, let me know what I'm doing not doing so right. Yeah, so subscribe to the channel, show your love, show your support, and thank you very much for your engagement so far. Thank you for your for those who have subscribed already. I am honored, I am humbled. Okay, so thank you again, and I hope I added some value to your knowledge with Selenium. Okay, so thank you and stay blessed. Bye.